If you bought the ROG Flow X16 2023, be careful of this one issue that I found, as well as a couple other things. So I have the laptop apart here, which I've only had this laptop for about a week. But of course, I upgraded the drive, as well as installed more RAM. I upgraded to a 64 gigabyte kit. But be super careful right here when you have it open. This display cable will easily hop up over this edge and it'll get caught between the back plate here. It'll get caught between the back plate and the frame and it'll squish the cable. I accidentally did that when I upgraded the RAM, and the screen worked fine at first, but I left this on my desk. The screen was on and everything. I came back and the screen just stopped working. I eventually figured out that I accidentally pinched the cable over here, as well as I've heard people saying that Asus from factory will sometimes forget to fully clip in some of these tiny ribbon cables, and some of them are hidden underneath the battery. You can see some here. I think there's one underneath the RAM here. I think that's for the mouse pad. There's another one here. I'm not sure which one goes where because I haven't actually opened it all the way yet. And then I guess there's one here. I don't know what this goes to, but just be super careful when you put your laptop back together that is out of the way. I actually used a small flathead bit as I put the back cover back on. You can slide the bit in here through the side. I'll show you. When you put the laptop back together, I have a 1/8 inch width bit, perfectly fits in here, and you can just put a little bit of pressure on that display cable to keep it within this small channel here, so it can't get caught between the frame and the back plate as you put it together. So be super careful there. And if you're having other random issues, just check all these ribbon cables, as well as when I first got the laptop, I had a small issue with it just wouldn't boot. I have no idea what was going on, but I unplugged the battery, I replugged it back in and made sure that it's snug. So just be careful with this laptop, taking it apart and upgrading it, or even when you just get it, I'd make sure that they didn't accidentally pinch this cable from factory and that they've also plugged in everything correctly from factory. Otherwise, this is a solid, great laptop. So as you install this back plate, set it on there, and then before you clip these down, I grabbed my 1/8 screw bit, and the camera can't see in this little crack because it's too dark, but you can see with your eyeballs. You might need a little bit of extra light. Push it in just enough to move that cable out of the way, and then apply pressure downwards to close the clips along the back side and this side. And then I got the rest of everything clipped in, and before, or as I screwed these two screws in, I did the same thing. I grabbed this bit, and as I was screwing these in, I applied a very gentle pressure, just enough to move this cable away from the edge, because this is a very sensitive cable because it connects to the display. So as you can imagine, it has a lot of super small wires in it, and I got lucky it didn't completely ruin my cable when I pinched it between the case. So be very careful, and then just check over all your connections. Make sure to unplug your battery while working on your laptop. Use common sense.